Super Wildcard Weekend. You know it's super because there are two games that are expected to be in negative degree temperatures. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Quarter Guard. We're going to do the playoff predictions for the wildcard round today, and just jump right into it. The first game, Saturday at 4 o'clock, is the Houston Texans against the Cleveland Browns. When these two teams first met earlier in the year, Cleveland dog walked them 36-22. But Davis Mills was playing, and Houston barely got to 250 passing yards. For this one, it's going to come down to how much better Stroud is against Cleveland's defense, as Cleveland is still, for the most part, really healthy going into this. Denzel Ward got injured in practice, but I don't see him leaving that much of an impact because he's still going to be playing really well. Thing is with Houston is Tank Dell being hurt, but they've had some few weeks to figure their offense out without him, and they have. Stroud being back for this matchup is definitely the turning point, as no offense to Davis Mills, but he was never going to beat this Cleveland defense. Stroud, on the other hand, with his mobility, I could see him escaping the pocket better and creating plays better, so I'm going with the Houston Texans to advance to the divisional round. Game 2 on Saturday at 8 o'clock is the Peacock exclusive between the Miami Dolphins and the Kansas City Chiefs. If this was played in standard weather conditions, it's KC all the way. But this is expected wind chills of negative 38, and you can get tickets for like $40-ish. So who knows how many people are actually going to be at the game? And also, who knows kind of like how well this game's even going to be played. There's a very good chance it's going to be a sloppy one. And because of that, it's all going to come down to both of these teams' run games, which neither team likes doing. If any team can find success in a sustained run game, I do have more faith in Miami just because McDaniel has the background in run game as a run game coordinator. And they're expected to get Mostert back, who co-led the league in total touchdowns and was the league rushing touchdown leader. And then Devon Achane, who is averaging around 8 yards a carry on 103 carries. Again, it's going to come down to the run game. It's going to come down to which team can stop the run best, because passing in these conditions is not going to be easy. And even if these two teams need to try to pass the ball a bit more, I do have slightly more trust in Miami's receiving core. Because we all know KC's. It's very hit or miss there. And when these two teams first played in Week 9, Miami did a very good job defensively holding KC's offense. Now Miami's defense has been beaten up to high hell by this point in the season. So it's going to be definitely a different story. But that's where I feel like the weather conditions is going to benefit the defenses a bit more. So for as much as I'm trying to have really accurate playoff predictions this year, this is one where I'm just gonna put my Miami bias ahead a little bit and say the Dolphins get their first playoff win since 2001. From one bad weather game to the next, the Steelers traveled to Buffalo, and it was supposed to be an extremely windy Sunday morning. Similar to Miami KC, this is going to come down to who can run the ball the best, as with that high of winds, passing is going to be near impossible. Buffalo has shown this year that when the ground game is going, they can be a really dominant team. However, the Steelers live and breathe the ground game. That's kind of just what they are as an AFC North team with a heavier focus on the defense. But still, I trust Buffalo more in this situation, not really because of the weather or anything, but just because of the experience that team has. I know Gabe Davis can be out, same with Tyler Rapp, but the Steelers going to be without TJ Watt, so there's one of the biggest threats against the run for them. So I'm feeling more confident in Buffalo. 4 o'clock game on Sunday, the Packers travel to Dallas in what should just be either the funniest game or the saddest. I'm thinking it's going to be one of the saddest. Dallas is the best team at home this year, and they're going against Joe Barry's defense, which Joe Barry's defense is probably the worst defense in the that's made the playoffs. I mean, the Carolina the final 2 weeks of the season couldn't do anything on offense, but against the Packers they put up 30. Yeah, this is all right in leads to a Dallas victory for this one. There's really no debate. I do love what Dallas has done this year as a team. Of course, they kind of just need to show it on the road, but thankfully they don't need to go on the road a lot this in the playoffs right now. Sunday Night Football, the game I am most excited for as Stafford returns to Ford Field. For as much as I would love to predict that Stafford walks into Ford Field, gives a massive fuck you to Detroit, and then advances to the divisional, I really love Dan Campbell and what he's built in Detroit and what that Lions team is at its core. So I'm riding with Detroit on Sunday night. No matter who wins, I'm going to love this game. And there is a decent chance I decide to stream it because this game is fucking perfect. I love it. But yeah, give me Detroit. I just love kind of like the style of football Detroit's been playing and kind of the style of football that Dan Campbell has been how do I say has been like pushing over there. Dan Campbell used to be the interim down here in Miami, and even when that was the case, I've known some people that wished we kept him as the official head coach going forward instead of picking up Adam Gase. But yeah, give me Detroit on Sunday night. Oh boy. Monday Night Football, the final game of the wildcard weekend, and the Eagles traveled to Tampa. Under normal circumstances, I would pick Philly for this game. But with this past Sunday and the two injuries they dealt with, mainly A.J. Brown's knee and Jalen Hurts' throwing hand injury, I'm leading Tampa. Tampa has played really well this year, like surprisingly well. I had my off-season predictions. I had them finishing last in the division, which looking back on it is incredibly dumb. But I really love Tampa is the kind of team where it's hard to predict exactly how they're gonna play, but they were going to win the majority of the games this year. Looking back on it. And there's reports that Jalen Hurts hasn't thrown a football at all in practice yet, and kind of just don't know the situation surrounding AJ Brown. I'm assuming he's going to play just because this is the playoffs. You gotta throw your best guys out there, even if they're not out 100%. But I'm worried about how this is going to affect Philly, and I'm also worried about Philly's defense, which compared to last year, it has not been looking the same. The entire Eagles team has not been looking the same, but specifically that defense is giving me some worries. And as long as Baker Mayfield just doesn't turn the ball over, I like their chances, and I don't think he will turn the ball over that much. So yeah, give me Tampa on Monday Night Football. Well, I hope you all enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts on these predictions. I know some of them are probably like, you dumbass, how you predict. It's all just feel. I'm kind of just here for fun. Last year was my home run hit in the playoff predictions, which sadly I wasn't able to record it then. So this team kind of just taking it back, kind of just trying to have a little more fun with it, but still also trying to be as accurate as I can. So we'll see how this plays out. If you enjoyed, make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and we'll see you next week for the divisional round predictions.